What's up, everybody? So let's see. My P&L year to date is that much. I did open my Roth. If you guys want to see that, there we go. That's my Roth. This is what I got going in the Roth, and I'll explain it later. But so it's basically this iron condor. Max risk 60% of portfolio. And there was other things I was looking at that had higher returns, but the problem was that I didn't see them as being particularly sustainable. So if you do a GC butterfly, you'll get a lot of theta in there, but your hits are going to be really big when you take a hit, and I don't think you can recover. So when I did the Kelly ratio, this kind of worked out, and we actually got confirmation from Tasty Trade now that it's actually gonna work. So right here, this is 30 delta strangles. I'm using the 16 delta, but the return profile is gonna be similar using the T-Rock model. And look at this, 60% calls, 40% puts, and you're gonna see how that looks pretty soon. But the max drawdown for this position might be 50-60%. And you're gonna get like a 44% CAGR. So it's very reasonable in terms of it working. So, but I think you're on the edge there. It's like you're on the edge of trading there. So when it gets set up, it looks kind of like, let's see, we'll go with this one. So you set it up like this. Over here. So then I buy the 5 delta call, 2750. And then 2565. $2,450. All right, we're running actually the 10 delta put, so 2525, 2525 ish. So now we gotta move it up a bit more. 30. Okay, and now it's equidistant. Boom. So that's kind of how it gets set up, and the way it looks here is like this. You have somewhat of a negative delta. Okay, it's right in line with what they did in that episode. And there's another thing where they did something similar, not the same, where they just added more calls, and you get a similar thing. It's just that this would have more of a skew look on the put side, but there's a lot more contracts, and I'd rather do this. This is simpler, and it's gonna have the same effect, pretty much same result. So yeah, so that's the holy grail. I just started it, for the Roth. It's over the long run, it's a big one. So let's see, let's calculate it out, or wait a sec. Okay, so 500, 30 years, 44% CAGR is about 300 million. That's a reasonable number, right? Like, that's reasonable. Let's see, 40 years, 11 billion. That's reasonable, And if you make your contributions or whatever, let's see, 38 billion, okay, in 40 years, and then 1 billion. That's very reasonable. Okay, if you look at Warren Buffett, George Soros, these type of guys, what's their wealth level? 80 billion, something like that. 80 billion, 50 billion, around there. So long term, it makes sense, when we look at this in terms of, logic and money in the system. Unlike Bitcoin. Okay. So we got to talk about Bitcoin, of course. So there's some pretty cool stuff that I would do in Bitcoin, actually. There is an arbitrage opportunity in there. The GDAX exchange is really cool because anyone could be a market maker essentially in there. You just put post only, and you're basically a market maker. You don't pay any commission. That's something that you don't see anywhere else. But Bitcoin, the CAGR of Bitcoin right now, it's been going up at like 300%. So, if you think Bitcoin is going to keep going up for, at this rate, then this is how much money you would have, right? I can't even count this. This is 300 million, 400 billion, 700 trillion, 700 quadrillion. Impossible. Okay? Impossible. So, nothing can go up 300% a year. And I was looking at potentially like buying put spreads or something like that on some of their exchanges, but here's the magical thing about volatility is that you can try to make that bet, but you're not going to win if you try to buy puts or whatever. So shorting it, there's no real way to short it. There's no way to short it, in my opinion. Except maybe the futures and having a stop loss. And when Bitcoin collapses, it's just going to be like in a day. So you're going to have, like long a put or something like that. Because, yeah, like there's just no way to really short it. And I saw some place where, like, there's only like 2,800 Bitcoin millionaires. It's not like everyone's a millionaire now. Like, a few people are millionaires, and there's like, like 10 billionaires or something like that. But yeah, this is the best I could come up with in terms of holy grails. If you try to push this more, right, I could be like, oh, I want to go for 80% CAGR. Well, what happens? Well, now you can have 100% drawdown. And when you have 100% drawdown, how the hell do you get back, right? It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So, I can't do it. So, this week actually was pretty wild. Let's see my big position. This was really wild. So the market went up, the VIX went up. So I was down like 5 or 7K or something like that. Let's see when I gotta close this. Ooh, next week. Great. Yeah. So that it was pretty challenging week. Let me see my oil. See how my oil's doing. Okay, my oil's about to close there. Oh yeah, did you guys see that segment on Tasty Trade where they showed that the most diverse asset was crude oil? Like, wow. I didn't even like do any sort of correlation study or whatever. They did it after. And what do you know? I've been trading that thing for a year now, or no, for like 4 months. But more confirmation from them. Awesome stuff. And yeah, this shit works. It just fucking works. Anyways, I might be leaving soon. I might be going out, so probably be able to do more videos and stuff.